Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I did this smoky eye cut crease, double cut crease, sort of a situation you see happening right here. Not really sure what to call it. But yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, please keep watching and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it, and thanks so much for being here. And alright, so I'm going to start by priming my lids with the MAC Paintpot in Painterly. So I'm just going to use my finger to do this, and I'm just going to put this all over my lid. Right up to the brow bone. Just doing this to kind of cancel out any veins and just to give the eyeshadow something to stick to. So I'm going to be using the Narcissist Wanted palette. This one right here. Looks like this on the inside. I'm going to primarily be using this color and this color. So that would be Satisfaction and Lala. I'm going to start by going in with the Morphe M433 and dip into the darker of the two shadows, this one right here. And I'm going to start mapping out my eye. So I'm going to place this like right in the center, like right in my crease. And then just kind of sweeping that outward. So we can start to get a line, because I want this to be like really like out there, and then we're going to diffuse it. So I just want to start by mapping out my lid, and then we'll cut it. So this right here doesn't have to be perfect, but it's just to give us an idea of how to do of how to get that eye look. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with a Morphe M421 brush. It's a smaller like detail brush. And I'm going to go back into Painterly and really cut it so we can get a precise line now. Okay, so now you see how we've really cut that, so you can definitely see the difference between the Paintpot and the darker color. It doesn't have to be perfect, because we're going to go in and fix that with the eyeshadow colors. Okay, so now using another M421 brush, this one's a different one. So one for the Paintpot and one for the shadow. So now we're going to dip into the lightest shadow. So this one right here. And we're going to start packing that onto where we just put the paint pot. Okay, so now that color is on. So we're going to go in with a Morphe R39. So before I use the M433, so this one's just a little bit fluffier. This one is a little bit smaller and a little bit more dense. So we're going to use this to apply that darker color again. Just going to kind of retrace over where we put it before. And we just want to diffuse that out so it's nice and blended. So now I'm going to take that same color that we applied the lighter color with and put that on the inner corner. Okay, so now what I'm going to do to make that line even more intense, so it's like a true cut crease, is I'm going to take a Morphe M432 brush. So this is just like a flat definer brush, and we're going to stamp the darker shadow to really cut that line. When you're looking forward, all you really want to see on the lid is that light color, and now you can see how that really is like a cut crease now that we went in and defined it even more with the brown. So it's looking a little bit crazy right now, but once we get the full face, So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye exactly how we just did this one. Okay, so now that both eyes are done and we look a little bit like Maleficent, this is an interesting look. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight the brow bone. Now back into the same eyeshadow color that we put here. I'm just gonna use that to highlight the brow bone. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and do the face so we look a little bit more normal. I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. This is one of my absolute favorite primers. It's super thick, it smooths your pores, super easy. It's like calc for your pores. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that where my pores are largest. I have really large pores like right here on my cheeks. So I'm gonna go ahead and just smooth that out. I'm going to use the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation. This is in the shade Buff Beige. And how I always apply my foundation, I always pump it on the back of my hand. I usually start with about 2 pumps and then add more if need be. So what I like to do is just dot it on my face. Everywhere. And then I go in with my Morphe sponge. I like this a lot better than a Beauty Blender or the Real Techniques. The Real Techniques is just too soft for me. And the Beauty Blender, I don't know, I feel like they're just very easy to like damage. Like, I don't know, excuse how dirty this is, but I don't know, it just like breaks really easily for some reason. I don't know, they're not very large. Like this one's just nice and firm. I like the shape of it, can get under your eyes. You could do the chisel thingy with your cheek, the bake with your cheeks. So I don't know, I just really like this sponge. So I'm just gonna grab any excess off the back of my hand, just scoop that up and start pouncing it into my skin. Okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. I'm using the shade C7. So I'm gonna go in with this and put this under my eyes. So I just took the concealer and like swept it back there so we get a really nice cut. So again, it's like with the eye look, so not only is the brown kind of a cut crease, but the lighter color is as well. So again, I'm just gonna go back in and pounce that out with the Beauty Blender or Morphe sponge. Okay, so you want to be careful when blending out the concealer right here because you don't want to ruin like any of the work that you did. So just be careful just to try and pat that out as gently as possible, but you can always go back in with the lighter shadow to add more to kind of fix it up. I'm going to use the RCMA Makeup, the original powder, and then using the Morphe Y11 brush, I'm just going to set my concealer. So using a larger Sephora Pro Airbrush, this is a foundation 55 brush. I just like it because it's super large and fluffy. I'm going to take some more powder and set my cheeks. So the bronzer or contour that we do is going to just blend out nice and easy. Alright, so then I'm going to be taking the bronzer from this little butter palette. I love this palette. It comes... the perfume that it comes with, I am not sure where I put it, but it smells so freaking good. It smells just like the bronzer. Absolutely love this. Bronzer is amazing. The blush, I wish it had a little bit more pigment. It's a little too shimmery for me to just use, but it's on its own, but it's a really pretty blush like topper. These highlights are crazy. Like, they're almost like a cream, like maybe they are a cream. Does it say if they're a cream? Cream to powder highlighter. So yeah, they're very interesting. Like, look how freaking, like, they're so pretty, but I wish like the colors were a little bit different because this is almost like pure glitter and this is like super yellow, but beautiful as like an eyeshadow. Like, look how freaking pretty those are. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I'm going to go into the Butter Bronzer in this palette using a Morphe R14 brush and just bronze up my face. Okay, so using the other side of the sponge, I'm just going to dip back into the RCMA powder and just clean up my bronzer just a little bit. I'm also going to put it right under my eye so it's a little bit more of a precise cut crease, if you will. And we're just gonna let that bake. Alright, so then I'm gonna go in and put some blush on. I'm gonna be using the Morphe blush palette de blushes. Okay, this is the 8W. Good job, Emily. The 8W. I love this thing. You get so many blushes with it. Super, super pretty. There are 5 mattes and 3 shimmers, and this one right here, Witty, reminds me a lot of Orgasm. It's that peachy pink blush with the gold shimmer, but I'm going to be using Sweet. This blush, like, it looks like it doesn't really have a lot of color, honestly, on camera, but it is like that perfect natural pink blush. It's just like perfect for my skin tone. Gives me that perfect like flush. I just really love it. It reminds me a lot of Dandelion from Benefit too, so that's very similar like comparison. So I'm gonna go in with my where's my blush brush? I'm gonna go in with the Morphe E4 brush. Again, it's that like bronzer blush, whichever you choose to use it with. And I'm gonna dip it into Sweet and put that right on the apples of my cheeks. Then I'm gonna be dipping into an oldie but a goodie, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerri palette. I feel like I haven't used this in so long, and this palette is thinking so good. It's not available anymore though, but if you have it, use it because it is so stinking good. So I'm going to be going in with my Morphe R36 brush for highlight. And let's see, I think I'm going to use, oh my gosh, 143. So it's this bottom like gold color right here, and I think I want to mix it in with Daydream. Just get a little pinky action going. So just put those two together, and I'm going to highlight the cheekbones. Like, look how reflective that is. Like, it's so pretty. Oh my god. Like, look, it's like wet on your cheeks. It's so good. So then we can't forget about brows, so I'm gonna do those very quickly. Okay, so I went ahead and just did my brows off camera, so those are on and set. So now we're just gonna sweep away that powder that we did. We had on earlier. Now we're gonna go back to the Lord, what was this called? The M432 and dip back into that darker shadow that we used for the crease, and we're gonna smudge that on the lower lash line. Okay, so I'm also just going to take that and drag that under the cut crease that we did as well. So that color really just kind of sweeps in and pulls upward. So we're just going to follow that, the line that we already created with that. Just ever so softly, like I'm literally just dragging the product that we put under the eye and up. I'm not grabbing any more product because you don't want to overdo it. So less is definitely more. Right, so then using a pencil brush, this is the Morphe E36, lots of Morphe brushes. I'm going to dip into this middle shade right in between the two shades that we used, just to smudge out the lower lash line just a little bit. So it's not such a harsh line underneath there. Alright, so just to make sure that our eyes are still nice and bright and kind of reciprocate the top lid, I'm going to take the Tarte Fake Awake liner and just rim the lower lash line. Alright, so now we're going to go in with mascara. So I'm going to take the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, this is the Mermaid Edition one, and just apply hella mascara. Because I don't really do fake lashes, they take way too much time to apply and I just get frustrated. So I just do stick with mascara. So we're going to apply lots and lots of mascara. Alright, so mascara is on. Who needs false lashes, right? Alright, so we're going to set the face. I'm going to use the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, chamomile, and lavender. Big bottle. I love this stuff. I'll spray this on before I go to bed. If I ever need a refresher, I keep a little bottle at my desk actually, like throughout the day at work. And I'll just spray my face if I'm feeling like hot or something, or like I just need an extra boost. So we're just going to go ahead and spray the face. What the heck, the chest too. Just get it everywhere. And just melts all the powders in together, makes everything look like one. So now for lips. I think I'm going to try two options. Do a bold lip and then a nude lip too, so you can take your pick on which lip you like best. Option number one, we're going to go with a hot pink. So I'm going to line my lips with the Nars Velvet Lip Liner in Costa Smeralda. It's like the hot pink one. And then I'm going to go in with the Nars Audacious lipstick in Micheo. It is a very hot pink lip. Okay, so there is option number one. The hot pink. I love hot pink lips, but I definitely want to try the nude look, see how it looks with this look. So I'm going to take this off and I'll be right back. Okay, so option number two, I went with the Nars Power Matte Lip Pigment in American Woman. I like this color a little bit more. It's darker than the lid, but it's still like a nude color. So yeah, this completes this look right here. And thank you so much, guys, for everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you want, please subscribe below and comment which lip color, which lip combo you liked best. And thanks so much. See you next time. Bye.